And Comcast is back in the hot seat this week as the House Judiciary Committee held yet another hearing. This time it was over the company's proposed merger with Time Warner Cable. Now, pro-business Republican lawmakers are beginning to question the merger as Comcast's political motivations come into question. One America's Amanda House has more from Washington.
Comcast came under fire on Capitol Hill as members of Congress from both sides of the aisle voiced their concerns about the company's proposed merger with Time Warner Cable. In February, the nation's two largest cable television and internet service providers announced their plan to merge, essentially forming a monopoly with a combined base of nearly 30 million subscribers. Initial concerns surrounding rising cable costs grabbed the attention of many consumer advocacy groups. But in this latest hearing, Comcast's recent business decisions to exclude conservative-leaning content from its system has now called into question whether Comcast might have the incentive and soon the enhanced capacity to discriminate against certain types of content, including political content it doesn't agree with. During the antitrust hearing, Texas Republican Louis Gohmert questioned the company's decision to not carry a conservative TV network known as The Blaze due to a possible political motive. Also citing an email from the cable network Retirement Living TV, Gohmert says Comcast turned down a $20 million payday so they wouldn't have to include the conservative programming until after the 2014 election.
What we're talking about here is a very serious issue if we're at the point where there is so much power within Comcast that they can say, we're not going to accept the $20 million that will help Comcast because we don't want Republicans having conservatives talking on the air between now and then.
This and further testimony echoed broader concerns about the impact of the merger on independent networks. The concerns stem from a fear that a company could have too much control over not only the front end of its operation, such as dictating prices to consumers, but also over the back end, that is possessing an enormous amount of buying power over media companies that provide TV programming. And this is where we are beginning to see more and more typically pro-business Republicans coming out and questioning this transaction. Amanda House, One American News, Washington.
A former football coach at the University of Georgia is on trial for